So that keeps the allergy meter in the red light for you today. UV index at a 4, so your sunburn time at 45 minutes. And that number will continue to go up too as we approach summer. Highs today, low 50s for Meridian, 53. So it's going to stay chilly farther to the north. 56 for Waco, close to 60 Bell County, and Georgetown we're up to about 64. But notice low temperatures tonight. Waco down to 28. That's considered a hard freeze. Even colder for Meridian and Gatesville down to about 26. So make sure you have the pets inside this evening, and going into tonight, of course, bring those plants in too, because they'll be history if you leave those outside thanks to those cold temperatures. There's our storm that brought the front, so it continues to move east as we go into Thursday and Friday. High pressure tries to sneak in, but really that's just going to bring in some Pacific moisture and some high clouds to wrap up your week. That's ahead of the next storm that comes in Saturday, could eventually bring some showers. Thankfully, all the snow looks to stay north of us, and we'll clear this thing out just in time for Sunday, which means we keep the sunshine around to go into next week. So 30% for now. That might have to go up a little bit. At least temperatures will start to rebound, and we'll talk about the rest of your 10-day here in about 10 minutes.
All right, Jordan, thanks. 25 News and Carter Blood Care now teaming up to host our 4th annual blood drive this week, tomorrow, from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. The Carter bus will be right in front of our studios in Waco. To make an appointment, just go to carterbloodcare.org or our website, kxxv.com. Still ahead, if you've ever wanted to fly, you're going to want to stick around for this.
25 News reporter Aaron Heft shows us one local company helping dreams take flight. It's 10 minutes after 6 o'clock on Good Morning Texas.
It's 6:13 now. Governor Abbott stopping in San Antonio to hear from business owners seeking help. While there, he pitched the idea of creating legislation to protect businesses from litigation over staying open during shutdowns.
To protect these businesses, I'm working with the legislature on a bill that provides civil liability protections for both individuals and businesses that operated in good faith during the course of the pandemic.
The governor says he'll roll out more concrete details in the coming weeks. Now to a fight over more than $500,000 in Bell County. Some say the plans for Killeen's Community Center are leaving out teens. 25 News reporter Jarrell Baker has more.
A plan to turn the Killeen Community Center into a multi-generational facility by adding on a new senior center facility is causing an uproar.
There's really not a lot of opportunities for our kids. There are some other opportunities, but they cost money. For the average working person who is check to check, you don't really have a lot of resources left to invest in your kids.
Killeen city leaders approved the renovation plans, which will cost more than $540,000. Some say the city has turned a blind eye to teen and other youth and should invest in programs for the youth like the I'm Possible Teen Center.
If you broke up 100,000 amongst all the youth groups here, that would help out tremendously towards all our cause, initially helping the city overall.
We have murders being committed by young men and women who are teens based on gang activity. That kind of lets you know that we have to reach our youth.
Originally, the Bob Gilmore Senior Center was to be renovated, but the plan was changed because of the structural concerns to the building. Several seniors say using the Killeen Community Center and watching local senior centers open and close during the pandemic is problematic.
You will see that the youth will be incorporated into programs aside from the seniors' location. Okay, if this is not passed, we have just thrown money and grants out of the window.
City officials say now that the plans are approved, they plan on finalizing their designs and hope to finish the project in 2022. In Killeen, Jarrell Baker, 25 News.
15 after 6 o'clock. Have you ever wanted to learn how to fly but didn't know where to start? Well, Chiyoda Aviation is now offering discovery flights for free to those whose dreams are in the clouds. Discovery Flights is the dream of Felix Chiyoda, who attributes some of his aviation accomplishments to those who gave him the opportunity to dream.
I'm an immigrant from Zimbabwe, and I went to Baylor and THCC, and I've gotten as far as I've gotten because of people that were generous, kind, saw my dream, saw my vision, wanted me to realize my goal of being a professional pilot. This opportunity for me is One, first of all, for me, is giving back.
From attempting a takeoff to climbing and testing different maneuvers, they say whatever you're comfortable with, they are on board. Staffed with professional pilots who are serving as flight instructors, they're the only company in the area with an in-house FAA examiner. The Discovery flights are being held right here in Waco near the regional airport. And like we said before, they are completely free. So if you're interested, their phone number and website is on the screen right now. Now it's time, though, to find out who's going to win this Good Morning Texas coffee mug.
All right, here we go. Today's winner is Bonnie Murphy.
Well, congratulations, Bonnie, and I've updated my lighting here at the Weather Center, so now my mug is really pretty, and it's going to look just as pretty as this one.
Can a mug be pretty?
I think it's pretty.
I guess it can.
If there's anyone that is, it's this one right here, and it's for Bonnie, and we'll let you know where you can pick that up on this Good Morning Texas mug here. It's awesome. To enter for your chance to win, if you didn't get it today, go to kxxv.com/contest, click on the mug, enter your email address, and we will be giving mugs away every morning. You just have to watch to find out if you're the next winner.
Well, I can tell you the moon outside is very beautiful.
Yeah, it's looking nice, and I'm going to stand up front here just for a sec because I'm going to admire the nice lighting that we've now put in at the First Alert Weather Center. Hey, the moon's also looking great. This is almost a full moon, so this will be the first full moon of the year, which is what they call the wolf moon. So kind of interesting. And one of our top viewers or top fans on Facebook, Janice West, if you're watching us from Normandy, feel free to snap a photo tonight, and we'd love to share that because I think we're going to have those clear skies and have a nice view of the moon. So let's talk temperatures now. We had a weak front come through last night. You can kind of see it there on the southeast side of the Brazos Valley. So it's still 50s and 60s out ahead of it and much colder behind it. Look at that. We're down to freezing, hard freezing in the Texas Panhandle, Amarillo at 22. Central Texas, good news is no freezes right now. We've got upper 30s to lower 40s and even some mid to upper 40s as you go east of I-35. So you won't need those heavy layers on, but still a couple light layers as temperatures are, of course, still chilly out there. And for the next 6 hours, thanks to the west or north winds we're going to have behind that front, temperatures will struggle to climb only into the 50s by 10. In some spots, maybe only staying in the 50s for those afternoon highs. So we'll show you the map here in just a second. Let's focus on the wind speeds because that's really the big story. They're calm right now, but notice by lunchtime into the afternoon, they will increase at about 15 to 20 miles per hour. So we'll just give you the yellow light for both Central Texas and the Brazos Valley, maybe some gusts up to about 20 or 25. That will continue to bring in that cedar pollen, so allergy is still staying in the red light, and your UV index now rebounding to a 4, which means we could have that sunburn time at 45 minutes. Upper 50s to low 60s across Central Texas today, and that's all thanks to our storm system, which continues to bring in that north wind, and eventually we'll have some warmer temperatures by the week. But notice our next rainmaker arrives this weekend, and I do think we'll clear it out of here just in time for Sunday. So temperatures stay chilly tomorrow into Friday. Eventually 70s are back by your Saturday, mid 60s on Sunday, and pretty seasonable going into next week too.
Remembering Kobe and Gianna Bryant a year after their tragic deaths.
More on the impression they made on local female athletes. It is 6:20 on Good Morning Texas.
It's 6:23, turning now to consumer news. Apple says an update to its operating system will fix some major security flaws. They haven't shared many specifics about the exact flaws, but the company says hackers may have actively exploited 3 security bugs. Apple urges iPhone and iPad users to install the latest update. Southwest is now banning emotional support animals on its flights. This comes after major airlines have also ended their policy supporting emotional support animals. The airline will accept only trained service dogs. Customers will have to show proper forms and documentation for the animal. The policy change takes effect on March 1st.
The department store Belk is planning to file for bankruptcy. Sycamore Partners, which owns the retail chain, says normal operations will continue as it restructures. The company expected Belk to be out of bankruptcy by the end of February. Belk, though, has been around for more than 130 years, and it has nearly 300 stores in 16 states, including one in Waco. Target announcing a partnership with Levi Strauss for a new sustainable line of products. The limited collection will include more than 100 items like home goods, pet products, and more. The new collection will launch February 28th. Servicemen and women are getting a major perk at the Universal Orlando Resort. The theme park is now offering the first ever Military Freedom Pass. Military members and families can use those passes to visit any of the Universal theme parks any day of the year. Passes start at $199 per adult, that's $199. Active and retired service members can take advantage of this offer by showing a valid ID at any authorized military ticket and travel office. Those passes expire at the end of this year.
It's been 1 year now since the deadly helicopter crash that killed Kobe Bryant and his daughter, Gianna. We spoke with local college basketball stars about how the Bryants weren't just great players, but also an inspiration. The NBA legend left a legacy for all aspiring basketball players. His daughter Gigi was making her mark too as she followed in his footsteps. They inspired athletes to adopt the Mamba mentality to find their competitive spirit.
I played college basketball and I wore 24 because of Kobe. You know, that's the way people said that I played. You know, just his competitive spirit. When adversity hit, just keep going. And that's what the Mamba mentality is all about.
While they were taken too soon, Kobe and Gianna Bryant will still continue to inspire athletes around the world with their legacy and here in Central Texas. Music lovers will get the chance to buy items once belonging to some big artists. Music Cares, the leading music industry charity, is holding a relief auction as an official Grammy Week event. The charity gives to music industry professionals in times of struggle. Some items to hit the auction block include David Lee Roth's rhinestone jacket, a Bob Dylan signed lyrics book, and K-pop boy band BTS's outfits from their #1 hit music video, Dynamite.
So I know which one I don't want to buy. That'd be the last one.
The K-pop outfits?
Yeah. Maybe the rhinestone jacket from the guy from Aerosmith. That'd be good.
Yeah, what, Steven Tyler?
David
Lee Roth.
David Lee
okay,
Roth,
got
yeah.
you. I'm into the lyric book. I think that'd be kind of cool, but I'm just wondering about the resale value on the K-pop outfit.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like in 5 years, will anybody care?
Will that appreciate?
I don't know. I'm not buying it anyway.
Right. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back, everybody. Now it's 6:30, new travel rules in place as the Biden administration orders millions more vaccines.
And our in-depth reporting on the housing situation at Fort Hood continues. This morning, a closer look at the company being sued by military families.
Plus, making an impact. Meet a volunteer who helps victims in their time of need. It's Wednesday, January 27th, 2021, and Good Morning Texas continues right now. Major developments in the COVID-19 fight. Thanks for joining us on your Wednesday morning. I'm Lindsay Lipman.
And I'm Joey Horta. President Biden says he's increasing the vaccine supply to make sure most adults are vaccinated by the end of the summer. Melissa Rainey has the latest.
A boost to America's vaccination effort.
The end goal is to beat COVID-19. And the way we do that is to get more people vaccinated.
On Tuesday, President Biden announcing the U.S. is buying 200 million more COVID-19 vaccine doses, raising supply to a level his administration says is needed to fully vaccinate 300 million Americans by the end of this summer or early fall.
We will increase overall weekly vaccination distributions to states, tribes, and territories from 8.6 million doses to a minimum of 10 million doses.
While getting her second dose of the coronavirus shot, Vice President Harris on Tuesday urged people to get the vaccine when it becomes available to them.
It is really pretty painless, and it will save your life.
Meanwhile, new international travel rules now in effect. Travelers coming into the U.S. must provide a negative test within 3 days of even getting on the plane. The Biden administration raising restrictions on travelers coming from the UK, much of Europe and Brazil, and now South Africa because of the new coronavirus strains.
This isn't the time to be lifting restrictions on international travel.
Back here at home, new insight into the safety of in-person learning. A new CDC study finds minimal COVID-19 spread is possible if schools take the right precautions.
And what they found was that the incidence was lower in the schools than in the surrounding community.
I'm Melissa Rainey reporting.
A long-awaited investigation into the origins of coronavirus is set to start soon in China. A team of World Health Organization experts will end their quarantine and begin their field research. They arrived in Wuhan 2 weeks ago, where they were tested before going into 2 weeks of isolation. This is new data from Johns Hopkins University. Says 100 million people worldwide have been infected with COVID-19. The U.S. continues to lead the world in cases. Globally, more than 2 million people have died.
Time now is 6:32. Killeen ISD is extending emergency paid sick leave for employees due to COVID-19. The district's Board of Trustees approved the extension last night. The extension is for employees who meet the criteria and who didn't use all the time provided by the previously allowed COVID leave. The new leave resolution is retroactive as of January 1st, 2021 and through June 30th, 2021 for those who apply and are approved. A company responsible for housing on Fort Hood is being sued by more than 100 families. Those families claim unsafe living conditions have caused property damage and even illness. 25 News reporter Adam Schindler takes a deeper look into the company.
Fort Hood Family Housing is responsible for thousands of properties on Fort Hood that are home to service members and their families.
We've got a dedicated workforce of over 250 employees here at Fort Hood Family Housing, servicing 5,600 homes.
Over 100 families have signed on to a lawsuit that accuses Fort Hood Family Housing of providing unsafe living conditions.
I'm suing Fort Hood Family Housing for fraud, negligence, breach of contract, and a number of other claims related to the uninhabitable living conditions that are persisting at Fort Hood.
Something the company denies.
We make sure those homes are safe before we turn them over to residents, because I wouldn't want to live in a home that's unsafe, and I want to make sure that these residents have that assurance.
Some residents living on post say they have never had issues in their home, like mold or dealing with Fort Hood Family Housing.
I personally haven't had any issues. I'm sure some people have identified it, but that's where maintenance steps in and they do their part to take care of it.
Though most people haven't had many issues, some have had severe ones and no longer feel safe in the Fort Hood homes, including Courtney Hamilton, whose family has suffered medically due to lasting mold in their home.
It's scary knowing that we can't trust any of the houses that we're going to be moving into if we choose to live on post, which is supposed to be the benefit of moving on post, is that you have that safety net, and when the homes that are there are toxic, then that safety net is gone.
That is just one of many reasons Fort Hood Family Housing says they are dedicated to improving the properties.
And we're improving, what we're doing here on Fort Hood. We've hired additional 35 employees, including an environmental manager, a customer care manager to deal with residents, and also a community events manager as well.
At Fort Hood, Adam Schindler, 25 News.
Well, the company claims it's upgrading homes as residents move out and says it will be building several hundred new homes on post. They plan to begin that project sometime this year. You can join us once again tonight as we look into the living conditions in the Army barracks on post. In more news this morning, the Waco Police Department looking for volunteers to join the Victim Services Unit. 25 News reporter Eliza Navarro spoke with a volunteer who says giving her time to the department who protects her community is priceless.
Police units, flashing lights, crime tape, and more is what people see when they drive by an incident. But if you look closer,
a lot of victims out there don't know of the resources that are available to them. And that is the reason why we go out.
Not only will you see officers, but volunteers dedicating their time to support the Waco Police Department and the community.
They give a lot of their time. They're very passionate about what they do.
Jacqueline Warnell is one of the current 11 volunteers for the Waco Police Department's Victim Services Unit and says the reward is priceless.
To know that I'm helping someone, that's the main point. Even if it's just there to be for an officer, for the family, I love it. Being able to help someone, that's what we're there for. That's what we're all there for.
She is a full-time employee, mother of 5, and dedicated volunteer. On average, she volunteers for over 32 shifts a month when the requirement is only 4. Her total hours surpassing 5,000 since she began almost 2 years ago. For her, it's stories like this one that keep her coming back.
It was an elderly lady her husband passed, and her family were like hours away. I stayed with her for as long as I could. She was so appreciative, and just to know that there was no one else there to help her.
It's an opportunity to serve and make an impact in your own community. Eliza Navarro, 25 News, Waco.
The program is designed to educate volunteers on the topics of death notifications, homicides, suicides, sexual assaults, robberies, family violence, and officer injuries. Training classes are Monday through Wednesdays from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Applications are due February 5th.
It's 6:37. This week is National News Literacy Week. It's a time dedicated to the importance of fact-checking what you read or watch on the news. News literacy is the ability to determine the credibility of news and other content. With social media giving many a platform to post whatever they want, very quickly, it is easy to spread false information. While it may seem easy to just believe what a family member posts, taking that extra step to fact-check is so important.
If they have fake information they're spreading to close family and then they spread it to me, what if I believe it and then I spread it and I don't know? I don't know if it's fake, you know, I just believe it because my family told me it was true.
Fake information can spread like wildfire on social media, and so a survey conducted by the Reboot Foundation says 36% of frequent social media users held at least one false belief about the COVID-19 virus.
It's 6:38. Let's get a check on our forecast. Jordan?
Well, we've got the sunshine sticking around, and a weak cold front came through last night, so that's going to pick up some breezes and keep our high temperatures just slightly cooler than yesterday. Although we're still mild this morning. Bryan College Station, you're at 50, although your dew point's at 35, so dry air is still in place. North-northeast winds at 8 miles per hour. Killeen, a little bit lighter winds, but your dew point also at 36. So we've got the dry air in place for everyone. That will continue throughout the next couple of days, and that's also going to mean more allergies as we go throughout your week. Temperature-wise, though, upper 40s to the east of I-35, low to mid-40s, Waco, Temple, Killeen, and a few upper 30s for Hamilton and Gatesville, too. So no freezes to worry about this morning. Winds are light right now, and they'll stay light for the next couple of hours, but I'd say by lunchtime, going to the afternoon, we'll start to pick those up again out of the north at about 15 to 20 miles per hour. So we'll just give you the yellow light today for those breezy conditions, maybe some gusts up to 20 or 25, and then winds will back off tonight, which means we could have some freezing temperatures going into your Thursday morning. Allergies also staying high. We'll give you the red light for today, and eventually that UV index, that number will continue to go up over the next several months as we're getting closer to summer. So your sunburn time now at 45 minutes for this afternoon. There's your highs. Some spots staying in the middle 50s like Meridian, Hillsboro. Waco stays at 56, close to 60 for Killeen, Temple, and lower 60s farther to the south, such as the Brazos Valley will have mostly low to mid 60s with a few 50s for like Franklin and Centerville. But notice tonight, even a few light freezes all the way into the Brazos Valley. So make sure you've got those pets inside, bring the plants in, and then eventually we'll see warmer air to finish off your week. That's thanks to our storm. That's the weak cold front that came through last night. By Thursday into Friday, high pressure tries to sneak in here. That's going to bring some warmer temperatures, but it's also going to bring some high clouds as Pacific moisture streams over Mexico. That's going to make way for our next storm. That comes Saturday, bringing a few showers early on, but notice we're starting to clear things out by going into Sunday. So I think we'll have a nice sunny and dry back half of your weekend. And temperature-wise, again, at least we're warming up just in time for Saturday, and we'll stay seasonable early next week. So stay tuned. We have your full 10-day forecast here in about 15 minutes.
All right, looks good, Jordan. Thank you. And up next here, an opportunity to help save lives you won't want to miss.
We'll bring you the details that you need for tomorrow's 25 Cares Blood Drive. It's 6:41 and you're watching Good Morning Texas.
Welcome back. Have you ever wanted to learn how to fly but just didn't know where to start?
Well, 25 News reporter Aaron Heft shows us an opportunity for your dreams to take flight.